Coming up on Valley View News, a pill is being made that treats people for COVID-19, plus how a workshop at Los Angeles' Grand Park teaches kids about their cultures, and the historic Santa Clarita Gibbon Conservation Center might be moving.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Mary Peronian.
And I'm Catherine Hernandez in the Digital Media Center.
President Joe Biden received his COVID-19 booster shot. Federal regulators want a third dose of the Pfizer vaccine for Americans aged 65 or older and those in high-risk groups. The 78-year-old commander-in-chief got his first dose in December and his second in January. COVID-19 cases and deaths nationwide rose drastically because of the Delta variant. But Israeli and U.S. studies prove that a third dose of the Pfizer shot will protect against breakthrough cases. The U.S. is purchasing another 500 million doses of Pfizer, totaling 1 billion vaccines. Biden intends to donate the remainder of the vaccines to impoverished nations.
Also, Pfizer is testing a new preventative pill to help keep people from contracting COVID-19. The new pill is being tested with a low-dose combination of an HIV drug and other medicines used in COVID-19 vaccines. Pfizer says people 18 and older living in the same household with someone who has COVID would qualify to take the pill. There will be 2,660 people participating in the Pfizer study. Participants will get the COVID pill or an oral placebo twice a day for 5 to 10 days. Valley View's Alexia Mersola asked CSUN students their opinions on the study.
Checks out that it's safe and effective against the virus. I mean, that seems fair game to me.
COVID is just like any other virus, and there's no cure for viruses all the time, so I don't know, maybe it will work in the sense of preventing you from dying. I don't know if it would prevent just COVID.
I'm kind of indecisive about it. I don't think I'll necessarily get it because I am vaccinated. I think I'll probably give it a little bit and maybe see what it is, because I don't know that much about it to really know if I want to get it yet.
Company researchers say the potential treatment will stay active longer than vaccine shots and other medicines used to fight COVID. Pfizer believes the pill will fight a key enzyme the virus needs to replicate.
The body of missing graduate student Jelani Day has finally been identified. The 25-year-old was last seen on August 24th on Illinois State University's campus. Officials started looking for him 2 days later. Some people complain that missing persons cases involving people of color tend not to get as much media attention as missing people who are Caucasian, like Gabby Petito. Day's body was discovered floating in the Illinois River on September 4th, yet not officially identified until last Thursday.
To them, Jelani didn't mean anything. There's no effort. There's no push. There's no nothing that was being done about my son. I did all that lab work. Me and my kids. Me and everybody that never knew Jelani, my family, friends, strangers. Did all the legwork.
The Los Angeles City Council passed an ordinance that bans people from protesting within 300 feet of a person's home. It's a ban first proposed by Councilwoman Nuri Martinez after demonstrators kept showing up at her driveway and filming through her home's windows. Two council members, Mike Bonin and Nithya Rahman, voted no. The law allows people to sue a protester who violates the ordinance for $1,000. LAPD Police Chief Michael Moore supports the law and says his officers will enforce it.
The Grand Princess cruise ship set sail from the port of Los Angeles at a reduced passenger capacity. It's the first time a cruise ship departed the port since the pandemic shut down cruise operations in March of last year. The ship is operating at 75% capacity. It went on a 5-day trip to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Passengers must have received their final dose of a COVID-19 vaccine at least 2 weeks before departure. 10 more cruises will be settling sail from the port by the end of the year.
During the summer, operators of the Gibbon Conservative Center said they would be relocating, but apparently that's not happening anymore. Valley View News reporter Elizabeth Medina spoke with the center about its future.
The Gibbon Conservation Center has been in Santa Clarita since 1976, but during the summer, the center's director, Gabby Scholar, said they would be packing up and leaving.
We've been renting this place for many years, and our lease was ending in July, and we were not able to renew that lease.
However, things changed. Gabby said when the lease ended, they decided to instead purchase the site due to complications with a new location. Staying gave them some stability while they continued to look for another place.
It can get over 100 degrees during the summer, almost every day. So we were looking where the temperature wouldn't be as extreme as here and we'll get more rain.
Gabby says it takes a lot more work to make the environment suitable for gibbons in desert conditions. At a new site, the center could focus on building bigger enclosures, a library, and an on-site hospital.
This is only 5 acres here, and we wanted to grow, we wanted to build bigger enclosures for the gibbons. So we felt that we need at least 20 usable acres.
If they stay in Santa Clarita, there are ways to make the center's environment more suitable for the gibbons. But Gabby says there's still a need for additional funding.
We can still grow here, but we still kind of feel limited what we can do for the gibbons.
Those who are curious about the Gibbon Conservation Center are welcome to come for tours and volunteer opportunities while they remain here in Santa Clarita. Reporting for Valley View News, I'm Elizabeth Medina.
Last week, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law that bans the term alien from all sections of California's state laws. Instead, words like immigrant or non-citizen will be used. The word alien already was removed from the state's labor and education code, following laws passed in 2015 and 2016. However, it wasn't taken from other parts of the state code until now. Newsom signed other immigration-related laws as well. California private detention facilities that detain immigrants must now obey the local and state public health orders. Crimes targeting people because of their immigration status will now count as hate crimes.
Another big story that we're tracking right now is the KNP complex fire. The blaze in the Sequoia National Park has burned for about 2 weeks. It's blackened more than 33,000 acres and still isn't contained. However, fire crews got some help from recent wet weather. Meanwhile, after Governor Gavin Newsom toured the area, he signed a $15 billion package aimed at tackling climate change.
$15 billion commitment to address the issue of climate resiliency.
The state will invest almost $4 billion into zero-emission vehicles and another $5.2 billion to address the drought. Fire crews are being assisted with additional resources from the federal government.
California is the first state to bar mega retailers from firing warehouse workers who miss their work quotas because of bathroom and rest breaks. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the law last week. Also, Amazon and other big warehouse companies can't discipline workers from following health and safety laws. In addition, employees can sue companies to stop unsafe quotas or corporate retaliation. The bill applies to all warehouse distribution centers. Those companies have 30 days to disclose this information to employees. So far, corporations like Amazon haven't commented on the new law.
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia says there is no timeline for President Biden's historic infrastructure bill. He expects passage to take a while.
There's a lot in that bill, the 3.5, the reconciliation bill, tax codes, climate change, social reforms. There's a lot, and people need to know what's in it. So it's going to take a while.
Biden is proposing a $3.5 billion spending package to make critical investments in healthcare and childcare. A great deal of the money addresses climate change issues, such as wildfires in the West. Voting on legislation starts next week. Manchin is waiting to address the bill because he says funding for spending programs should last through the end of the year.
Thousands of people were under evacuation orders Friday as another destructive wildfire raged California's far north. A woman suspected of starting the Fawn fire is under arrest. The fire in the Mountain Gate area north of Redding covered more than 9 square miles. It's only 10% contained. CAL FIRE says at least 25 structures were destroyed. Photos and video showed some homes on fire, but the number of residences lost isn't known. The fire erupted just last week and was also fueled by hot and gusty weather. Scientists say climate change has made the West much warmer and drier in the past 30 years. They also say California is at a great risk for larger and deadlier fires in years to come.
Monday, Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon said he'll set aside thousands of marijuana convictions across the county. Judicial reform advocates say this is a logical next step in undoing a long list of damaging laws used for narcotics arrests. After Californians voted to legalize marijuana, the district attorney at the time, Jackie Lacey, chose to reverse 66,000 marijuana convictions. Gascon says dismissing convictions means a chance at a better future for thousands of disenfranchised Angelenos.
Democratic Congresswoman Karen Bass is running for Los Angeles mayor in 2022. Bass made the announcement on Twitter. She said, "With my whole heart, I'm ready." Bass represents the 37th Congressional District, which includes part of South Los Angeles, Mid-City LA, Culver City, and Palms. She plans to focus on fixing the city's homeless crisis. President Joe Biden once considered Bass as a vice presidential running mate. He now thinks she's the top pick to replace Mayor Eric Garcetti. LA City Councilman Joe Busciano and Kevin De Leon and City Attorney Mike Feuer have also announced they're running for mayor. The primaries begin in June.
An art event in Grand Park called Easy Mornings encourages the discovery of green spaces and cultural awareness. It took place every Saturday in September in downtown Los Angeles. Valley View News reporter Melody Soto has the story.
From creating Day of the Dead flowers to Chinese lanterns, Easy Mornings at Grand Park featured multiple hands-on workshops. Along with civic engagement, director Julia Diamond said the event promoted the exploration of Los Angeles as a multicultural city.
It's a chance for us to be reminded of what we're a part of, how many different kinds of people live in LA.
All the way across.
Each workshop was overseen by an LA art organization that partnered with Grand Park. At the Chinese American Museum Station, Maya Lee explained the symbolic significance of lanterns and says anyone could create them.
There is not a language barrier. If you have creativity, you can make a paper lantern, and we love sharing that part of Chinese culture with everyone from all backgrounds.
Throughout the event, families rotated from station to station. Jonathan Patton, a parent, says there's value in learning about different communities through creating.
I think the more diversity and celebration of different cultures we can spread at a younger age, it's just better all the way around.
The importance of art making was highlighted today at Easy Mornings because even a paper flower can teach us so much about LA. Reporting from Grand Park for Valley View News, I'm Melody Soto.
More to come on Valley View News. Thousands of mostly Haitian migrants are no longer living under the Del Rio Bridge in Texas. And Valley View's Paige Jones talks nutrition with athletes from across LA County. Stay with us, everyone.
Our anchor, Margot Robe, has the latest international news over in Studio B.
The space below the Del Rio International Bridge in Texas is now clear of migrants. U.S. officials have reopened the international border crossing. It was being occupied by mostly Haitian migrants just last week. The bridge was closed September 17th. Aerial video of Haitian migrants under the bridge has been shocking the nation. Most of the people were sent back to Haiti. The migrants were once hopeful that they would be allowed to stay in the U.S., while many others said they were angry at being treated like animals. Texas Governor Greg Abbott blamed the Biden administration for the immigrant situation and directly told Haitian immigrants to stop coming.
If you are targeting Texas to come to, we're going to show up in force and shut down the border.
Abbott said the federal government wasn't doing enough to protect the border. The Biden administration drastically increased the number of deportation flights to Haiti and other places. Homeland Security said around 2,000 people were sent back to Haiti. More than 12,000 migrants were allowed to stay in the U.S. to meet before an immigration judge. Last week, Colombian authorities found 3,000 shark fins being illegally exported to Hong Kong. The shark fins were immediately impounded. Colombia estimates that at least 900 sharks were killed for their fins. They identified the sharks using DNA. They're asking the shipping companies for further information. Afghanistan and the Taliban will refrain from speaking at the UN meeting in New York today.
We will not recognize the Taliban until they earn recognition. And they earn recognition by their deeds, not and by their actions, not by their words, which we will be watching closely.
That was U.S. United Nations Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield speaking about one of the many reasons why the Taliban shouldn't speak at the UN. This is after days of debate over who should represent Afghanistan at the UN. Afghanistan's current UN ambassador, Ghulam Isaaqzai, was supposed to speak. A request was written by the Taliban to the UN to select their choice as a legitimate Afghanistan government representative. A 5.8 magnitude earthquake hit Greece this week. The epicenter was 14 miles northwest of Arvi in South Crete. 9 people were injured, 1 man died. His body was found in a chapel in the southern part of the island's capital of Heraklion. He was renovating the chapel. The remains of 6 indigenous Yaquis men, missing since July, were found in northern Mexico. Mexican investigators think drug cartels preyed on the victims. There was a memorial for them last month. Mexico's president invited President Joe Biden to the memorial. Biden declined, but sent Secretary of State Anthony Blinken instead.
Surfing is a California mainstay, but it's popular across the country, including in New York, as Valley View's Milo Burris-Coulter reports.
No, this isn't Venice Beach. And nope, this isn't the Pacific Ocean. This is Rockaway Beach. It's only 20 miles from Manhattan, New York as the crow flies. The surfer culture here is protective, loyal, and caring. Surfer Offer Miara says the Rockaway beach culture differs mightily.
People in Rockaway, we are foreigners. Over there, it's like most likely locals, and it's different.
What any good surf spot requires is a good swell. Unlike Southern California, a lot of the swells at Rockaway come from tropical storms. Surf instructor Chris Sheehy says these conditions are the most optimal.
Those days are the best days. There was like 7 or 8 of us out in the water as opposed to shoulder to shoulder with everyone.
Places like Rockaway Beach and Long Beach Island are New York's answer to Malibu and Santa Monica surfing. There are a lot of differences, however.
Rockaway, or most of Long Island, it's going to be beach break. But California, you can find a lot of points.
Although Southern California still stands strong as the epicenter of surfing in the United States, New York and the East Coast are not too far behind despite obvious differences. Reporting for Valley View News from Rockaway Beach, I'm Milo Burris-Coulter.
Facebook says they will pause their launch of the app Instagram Kids after an investigation found that Instagram can negatively impact the mental health of teens. Facebook argues that the kid-friendly version of the app would be a safe experience for users under the age of 13. Head of Instagram Adam Mosseri says Instagram Kids is not intended to be the same version as the regular app and will contain age-appropriate content. The Wall Street Journal investigation into the Facebook files has stirred national controversy. The Senate Commerce Committee has asked Facebook to testify before Congress as a result.
American automaker Rivian is increasing in popularity amongst drivers looking for electric trucks and SUVs that are a far cry from Tesla. Rivian's vehicles appeal to those looking for an outdoor lifestyle without the cost of gas while maintaining a rugged appearance. Some enthusiasts prefer Rivian due to the contrast between the low-key CEO RJ Scaringe and the celebrity Elon Musk. Scaringe has raised capital from both Ford and Amazon for his company and has a deal with Amazon for delivery trucks. The company is expected to go public later this year.
As the holiday approach, Nike and Costco are facing supply shortages. Both are hurt by slow shipments from Asia, which is also facing a worker shortage. Nike expects the same problems to continue while COVID-19 protocols are in place. Meanwhile, Costco is once again limiting the amount of toilet paper each customer can buy.
Shipping company FedEx's labor shortage is impacting its supply chain and the economy. FedEx's shortage of truck drivers and package handlers is causing a rerouting of more than 600,000 packages a day. American companies are raising prices on U.S. consumers as a result of longer delivery times and higher costs. Rival company UPS is also experiencing similar staffing issues. Both companies transport about 14% of U.S. gross domestic products. Worker shortages had a $450 million impact last quarter.
The new iPhone 13 is stocking up the shelves, and Apple lovers are excited. Pre-orders are estimated to arrive October to November. A cool feature on this new device is the ProMotion display, and the Pro series adds an extra charge on the features the phone can capture on the camera.
Healthy eating habits are always a benefit for athletes' bodies. Reporter Paige Jones spoke with a vegan trainer who stressed the importance of good nutrition.
In an athlete's world, training and good nutrition are essential for overall good health. Experts say the right foods have a direct impact on the mind and body. Fitness trainer Treasure Rucker changed her diet and lifestyle for the sake of better health.
I decided to make the lifestyle change to veganism for many reasons. Ultimately, though, my health was my main priority. I thought, why not try and see?
CSUN Director of Sports Nutrition, Connor Spencer, promotes healthy eating habits for college athletes.
Nutrition plays a role in their ability to perform on the court, but also good nutrition helps them recover from training as well. And overall, it helps just build a more robust athlete.
Rucker says she's now vegan and enjoys it. She won't go back to her old eating habits because at this point, her food is more nutritious.
When you begin to look deeper into the elements of diet and what you should be consuming based on your activity level or the sports you play, you begin to see that food actually has the power to elevate or deteriorate your performance.
Rucker plans to encourage her trainees to learn more about a healthy diet. She continues to maintain her vegan lifestyle. Reporting from Northridge, I'm Paige Jones.
When we come back, USC lost to Oregon State in the Coliseum for the first time since 1960, ending their 24 consecutive wins against the team. Also, the pandemic has affected most gyms in a negative way, but Rebellion Nation is one of the lucky few who were able to open their doors in August. Stay with us.
Movie productions are under fire as their crew members are going on strike, asking for better pay, rest periods, and meals. Hollywood's biggest stars have shown their support for the IATSE. Stars like Seth Rogen and Jane Fonda have shown their support in social media, stating films and movies would not exist without the crew members. The IATSE are currently seeking health plan funding, pension plans, rest breaks, and longer turnaround times between production hours and their union members.
The Emmy Awards had a diversity of actors nominated this year, but not one person of color took home the major categories award. Many fans were expecting Regé-Jean Page to win lead actor in the drama series for Bridgerton. Instead, the award went to the British actor Josh O'Connor for The Crown. Although the night didn't go as many expected, it was still a good night for female creatives. Jessica Hobbs became the fourth woman in Emmy history to win Best Drama Director. Lucia Aniello won not one, but 2 awards for Drama and Comedy Director. This is the first time 2 women have won Emmys in both Comedy and Drama Director categories.
R&B singer R. Kelly was found guilty of racketeering and 8 counts of sex trafficking. For many years, he was accused of criminal sexual acts by women and children, but never found guilty. This week, a Brooklyn, New York jury deliberated 2 days before convicting him. Prosecutors said that Kelly's managers and aides helped him meet underage girls and then tried to keep them quiet.
Today's guilty verdict forever brands R. Kelly as a predator who used his fame and fortune to prey on the young, the vulnerable, and the voiceless for his own sexual gratification.
The jurors saw videos of Kelly engaging in non-consensual sex acts. Several of his accusers testified without using their real names because they feared harassment from the singer's fans. Kelly faces life in prison.
COVID-19 has created a new set of problems for people who meet online. There are conflicts over whether or not cameras should be kept on during virtual meetings while working. In New York, a woman working for a nonprofit got HR complaints because her camera was turned off during meetings. She was later required to get a doctor's note saying that she had anxiety and could not be on camera. The company still required her to keep the camera on while she sat out of frame. She's currently looking for a new job.
After more than a year since Tiger King came out, the streaming service announced that the docuseries is getting a second season. Carol Baskin stated in August that the animal park previously owned by Joe Exotic was sold to a local couple in Oklahoma. Exotic's 22-year sentence was just recently vacated in July, but it is said he will continue to remain behind bars until resentencing. It has not been made clear if he will make an appearance in the new season. Netflix shared a teaser on Saturday to confirm that season 2 will premiere on November 17.
After suffering a hamstring injury on September 4, A.J. Pollock is back in the lineup a lot sooner than anticipated by fans and even his own teammates. He hit a 2-run homer to give the Dodgers an early 3-0 lead in the game against the Diamondbacks on Sunday. Pollock credited the entire Dodgers training staff for helping him to get well enough to play. Even though he played against Arizona on Sunday, Pollock revealed that he isn't 100% even after hitting a home run in his third game back since his injury.
Saturday's USC versus Oregon State marked first for both teams. It was the first win for Oregon State in the Coliseum since 1960 and the first loss for USC. The Trojans were outscored 14-0 15 minutes after halftime before Oregon scored another touchdown in the second play of the fourth quarter. Eventually, any dreams of USC winning was shattered when the night ended with a 45-27 lose to Oregon, ending the historical 24 consecutive wins over the Beavers.
The LA Rams beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 34-24. Quarterback Matthew Stafford outdueled Tom Brady by throwing 4 touchdowns on Sunday. Stafford may just be the key to winning next year's Super Bowl. Brady completed 41 out of 55 passes for 432 yards and 2 touchdowns. He said they played against a good team that didn't just turn the ball over. The Rams are 3-0 for the third time in Coach Sean McVay's 5 seasons with the team.
Throughout the pandemic, gyms have struggled mightily to survive, yet some did manage to stay afloat. Rebellion Nation is one of the lucky few, as Valley View reporter Malik Patterson reports.
Rebellion Nation, right off of the 10 freeway in El Monte, is more than just a boot camp style personalized gym. The 5 owner trainers here say they wanted to help their community build healthy habits and healthy lives through fitness. Each owner has worked in the fitness business for several years. Together they agreed to make a fresh start with a new and different type of fitness center. Victor Sanchez is one of the owners.
We just had a different vision as far as bringing people in, building community, and making it seem like this was your second home.
The grand opening was in late August. Rebellion Nation is open 7 days a week. There are different workout time slots in order to accommodate customer schedules. That also makes joining more affordable. Vanessa Martinez prefers her workouts here.
Their workouts are very different, like they're a lot more intense than any other gym that I've been to, and I've been to a lot of different boot camps. So this one, if you're really trying to take it to the next level, then this is where you should be because they really do push you.
Before starting their workout regimen, members get together with the trainers to set a weight and fitness goals. They then create personal meal plans, and there are weight check-ins to make sure everyone stays the course, including Darius McCants.
Basically, the family, the core group of us, it was so much easier once we started to communicate more often. The trust was able to build itself.
Rebellion Nation is here to make sure you take care of your body mentally and physically. Reporting from El Monte, I am Malik Patterson, Valley View News.
That's all for us here at Valley View News. I'm Catherine Hernandez.
And I'm Mary Pronian. For stories any time of day, go to our website, sundial.csun.edu. Thanks for watching.